Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the show HOE Network. This is the show where we talk about hoops and everything to do with it. Today, I got a special guest with me, my boy Hussein. Bro,
Nice to meet you guys. Appreciate you having me
welcome.
on, man.
First time on the show. He's gonna bring that basketball knowledge, like it's everything, IQ, everything like that. So, first of all, bro, last night we had some crazy news from Shams. He came with a nuke.
Yeah,
Giannis is ready to move. He's ready to go. And he's looking for a destination. I think me personally, I think it's a bit too late for this certain move. He should have been aggressive about it earlier in the season, especially
yeah,
now. I don't think there's enough teams that can afford him, especially the New York Knicks. They don't want to give up anything anymore, and the Warriors. Jimmy Butler is injured, so the Bucks, why would they take that deal? You know what I mean? What do you think, bro? What do you think so far? What do you think? And is it? Are you surprised? Are you confused? Like, what do you feel? How do you feel? How do you feel?
it's not surprising to be honest. Like the Bucks tried to accommodate Giannis for a very long time. Bringing in pieces like Damian Lillard to give him really good point guard, a really good chance at winning. But he just hasn't been able to do so, and the Bucks feel like I think the Bucks are not really putting him in a position to win, wasting his prime years. Like you said, the trade, obviously demanding to be traded came a bit too late. Obviously, Giannis, a player of his caliber, he wants to win and he wants to get that championship. And who doesn't? But it's definitely too late in the season for him to declare that he wants to be traded. And like, what team would be able to pick him up and incorporate him into their lineup and their dynamic and make that championship run this late in the season?
Yeah, and I agree 100%. And I feel like, of course, the main person that could actually trade for him is Sam Presti, and he decided not to. I know Jalen Williams, his contract is gonna start from 48 million next year. So this year he's on a 6 million deal. So I understand why you couldn't make that trade. But even if you look at the OKC's picks, like it's actually very like everyone kept on saying Sam Presti, he's done well with the drafting and the championship and whatever.
Mm.
But if you actually look now and you actually see their future now, the OKC draft picks, yeah, this year, in the next couple of years, they're actually invaluable now. So
Mm.
even to like trade for Giannis for picks when you had a fat ton of picks before, it's like it's like night and day. Like they've got like the Utah Jazz pick that's top 8 protected. They've
Of
got the
course.
Philly pick that's top 5 protected. Those are both picks that, I mean, the Utah Jazz are the worst team in the league, I think, right now. So their pick is going to
Yeah,
be a high pick. And Philly are one of the top 5 teams in the league, so their pick is not going to be a top 5 pick. It's
yeah,
like, and then the next year they've got Clippers and their own pick, and it's like they've done a very bad job of actually managing how to distribute the pick. And like, I know they're trying to build a team of young players and young core, but at the end of the day, like your championship window is very small in the NBA. Like you only get 1 year, and then the next year you don't know what can happen. You might get injuries, or
absolutely.
you might get better. So I feel like they should have went guns blazing for Giannis. It's easier for me to say that because obviously we're just a fan in it. Like we don't actually
Right.
know the business and the how much like contracts come up together. But
Mm.
it's been a bad decision from Giannis and himself, and I feel like even Giannis, he should have just sat out and waited for OKC because if he goes to OKC, he's got Chet Holmgren. There's just
Yeah,
like a straight swap for Jalen Williams and maybe Caruso, Ludo, whoever. Like he's got less of a role to do. He can just play his ball. He doesn't have to worry about playing defense because he's got Chet and maybe Hartenstein that can play. He can even play,
absolutely.
small forward business. It's literally a straight swap for Jalen Williams, who
Yeah,
he's a great player, but his ceiling is nowhere near gonna be as good as Giannis's. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah.
absolutely. And like we said, Giannis is in his prime years. Like he's if anything, he's exiting his prime. And a place like OKC with Shea an MVP, Giannis an MVP, they're not going to butt heads. They have mutual goals of winning as many championships as they can, and I feel like that would really gel very nicely.
Yeah. Um, and next, the trade deadline is in a week away. It's in the 5th of February. Is there any players that you are expecting to move this trade deadline? Do you think it's like because it's looking kind of quiet right now?
Very quiet, like it's very unpredictable. I'm expecting one or two trades by the end of the deadline, but right now it's a bit quiet. I don't know what to expect, but whatever does happen, I'm expecting at least something big, like at least one big move, if not a couple.
Yeah, I mean, there's still like a bit of unsolved trades like John Morant.
Yeah,
He's still available. We saw Trey Young get moved earlier. MPJ, like these are the like probably the top names that are going to be circling around this week, this past week, and I feel like there's not enough teams that can actually benefit from a trade compared to like maybe like the Boston Celtics. We definitely need a center. So
yeah,
I there was talks about us getting Zubac, but the Clippers said nah, it's not, and we don't have enough money to give up for Zubac, to be honest, or even
yeah.
like any like another center. So Jason Tatum, they said he's gonna come back in a month's time, maybe, or now he's debating it. He's thinking about
Mm.
not coming back this season at all. If you were Jason Tatum, would you come back, or like, yeah, what's the mindset right now?
If I was Jason Tatum or any the GM, I would honestly I would sit it out for the season.
Yeah,
Um, I would sit it out for the season because it's very easy to romanticize the fact of coming back, like working through this rehab and rushing a comeback and being like you missed the sport. But when you sit down and you have a real think about it, about the injury, how long you've been out for, the size of the injury, of course, like the injury is no small strain. It's a big injury, so I think what's best for him, I would sit the rest of the season out. Obviously, Jaylen Brown has taken a huge step in regards to responsibility. He's been balling out of his mind, and honestly, yeah, if I was Jason Tatum, I'd sit the season out. Wouldn't rush anything, you know what I mean?
I'm of the opposite opinion, bro. I think come back. I think come back because especially this year, there's actually no team that like we've done way better than we expected. Like I thought we would have our own lottery pick.
Mm,
So to be honest, I think Jason Tatum should come back and try to see what we can do in the postseason. Come off the bench at the beginning for the first month or two. Come off the bench and slowly, even in the first series, warm up, get the swing of things, and then by the second round, be ready. That's why I think that there should be pressure for a trade because if you're gonna bring Jason Tatum back, it all depends. If I'm Jason Tatum, it all depends on one thing. If who is the starting center? Is it gonna be Nementus Quater or is it gonna be someone else? If Nementus Quater is gonna start as a center, I wouldn't bother coming back. I'd rather just wait until the off season and see who can sign.
mm.
But on the flip side, if we manage to trade for a center, um, then I'm saying yeah, we're good to go. Like that's all we need. We just need defenders. We've got shooters. Everyone around the team can shoot. We just won the championship 2 years ago. Yeah, we only lost two pieces. We've only lost two pieces, like key pieces. So I think yeah, why not go for it?
Yeah, honestly, if you can sign a center, I see where you could possibly add Jason Tatum back in and make a championship run. But like you said, if you can't sign a center, then honestly, there's no point having the risk of re-injury coming back too soon when you could just rest and see how far they can get without you.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you some quick fire players. Yeah, and I'm gonna ask you, are they gonna be traded or not this coming week? MPJ, how likely?
I don't think likely, but in an ideal world, traded,
Okay, okay. John Morant, defo.
traded 1,000%. The way he speaks about the coaching staff, the way his attitude on the court, traded 1,000%.
Okay, you know, maybe Anthony Davis, but that's not. I don't think so. Me
Yeah,
personally,
I don't think so. I think
yeah,
AD stays. He's been moved around quite a bit, very injury prone. I think GMs across the league are starting to see that. Like his value went from so valuable to damn near like injury
yeah,
prone center.
literally.
Like so, I don't think GMs across the league would look at him as a desirable unless they can get a steal on him, like an unreal steal.
Yeah. I feel like Anthony Davis is like a bad marriage. Like you keep him, he's gonna keep on. He's gonna play a couple games, and then get injured for a whole month, and then come back and then
Mm,
get injured again. It's like there's no point. It's no point. It's no point paying for it. No point paying for it.
absolutely.
So yeah. And one last final one. I'm gonna throw a different one. Trey Murphy Jr. Because
I
that
don't
could
want him
happen.
to go. I don't want him to go, but traded.
Yeah, I feel like he's definitely got a lot of pick to the worst team. He's got a lot of value.
Mm,
Yeah, another team can definitely make a lot of use of him. So
absolutely.
I'll definitely want him to get traded in next week. Um, let's just go through and go to somewhat a different angle of the league right now. We're going to talk
Mhm,
about the MVP race, and this year the MVP race has been dis- kind of the hype has kind of gone down because of a lot of injuries have happened. Giannis is
mm,
about to miss the threshold. Jokic is missing the threshold. A lot of players right now that are meant to be gunning for the MVP are now out of it. So
mm.
it's a small pool to have right now. It's a small pool of players to have. But I think the both of the players that are battling for the MVP right now is of course Shea Gilgeous Alexander, of course,
Yeah.
and Jalen Brown. And maybe you could put in a little Cade Cunningham too, because they're the top seed. Would you agree with that?
I would agree. Like Cade Cunningham's having a hell of a season, but I feel like this comes from a personal bias. I really enjoy Cade Cunningham's game. The way he's been able to turn around the Detroit Pistons from damn near the fans telling you to sell the team now as a number one seed. Um, but I don't think we could skip out on Luka Doncic, even though he is injured. He rolled his ankle on the fan the other night. But Luka Doncic averaging 33 points, 7 rebounds, 8 assists. I think he's having a hell of a season. I feel like we can't leave him out of that MVP race, and especially what he's going to be able to do in the playoffs if he comes back healthy. I feel like we have to give it to Luka.
Yeah. I mean, I'm being a bit biased again, but I'll have to say you have to give it to my boy Jalen Brown. Only because I feel like the definition of the word MVP is most valuable player, right?
Of course.
And we've seen before in many years, the number one seed doesn't equate to the MVP, apart from last year, of course, which was like you had to give it to Shea, or you know what I mean. But this year, his team they're winning, and if you took Shea out, they'll still be winning. They still would be winning, right? Was what I would say, or maybe not,
I'm
maybe
not too
not, maybe
sure. I'm
not.
not too
Not
sure.
too
I feel
sure.
like
Not too sure. Not too sure. Not too sure.
I feel like SGA. I feel like he gives the OKC a push. I think he's definitely like it helps that he's that scoring that efficiently every night. I feel like he's a
Yeah.
leader. I'm not sure where OKC would be without him. Like I think, like you said, MVP, most valuable player. We kind of have to look at the stats and see where the team would be without that player. And my question to you would be, where do you think the Celtics would be without Jalen Brown?
Oh, bro, we would be looking for AJ Dabanton. Like we'll be looking for Cameron Boozer, bro. We'll be scouting them right now. That's where we would be right now without Jalen Brown. I feel like
Yeah.
this year the only or one of the only reasons why we're actually one of the top three seeds is because of Jalen Brown, and he's been consistently averaging 30 points, and if he doesn't get 30, he'll give you 25. Like it's just
Yeah.
like every night I'm watching, or if I can't watch the game, I check the box score. I just see a foregone conclusion. Jalen Brown 30 points every single time, and he's playing in a mix of positions. Sometimes he will start small forward, will play power forward. He's playing an amazing defense right now, two way as well. Um, he's got some big wins on his belt this season too.
Mm.
So I feel like Shea will probably win it from votes, but it's a very easy vote. Like it's a very easy vote, and I feel like this year Boston Celtics, like we were not supposed to be this far, and it's a testament to Jalen Brown's like how hard he's been hooping. So for sure, like if I'm gonna vote for MVP, no bias aside, it's gonna be Jalen Brown.
Yeah. I'm gonna I'm gonna have to come from a different standpoint in the sense of I don't want to let Luka go because he's played 35 out of 43 games this season, which is above the average for a player of his caliber. Not taking in load management or anything like that. Um, Second leading scorer is AR with 26, and LeBron after that with 22, and they've won 28 games. So without Luka, that I think that easily drops to an 8 seed. Right now they're the 5th seed. I think without Luka, that easily drops to an 8th or a 10th seed. I'm not sure if they'd even make the playoffs without Luka. And the shoes are too big to fill. If Luka was to take a step back, I don't think a guy like AR or even LeBron, where he is now, I don't think he could fill those shoes. They need Luka Doncic to make that championship run. Honestly, that's what they're trying to make. And even the playoffs, I think without Luka, they're not even going to make the playoffs. So for me, I'm still invested in Luka Doncic as the MVP.
If you're watching this, please make sure to like and subscribe and follow all the socials. I'm introducing a segment, and this is the first time that we're going to be showing this segment. It's called Fit or No Fit. We're only going to have a week to do this because after that, there's no more trades.
Yeah.
But we might as well just add it for a little, and maybe do a trade deadline special. If you want to see a trade deadline special, please like this video, subscribe, and there'll be more content on the way. You know what I mean? But fit or no fit, I'm gonna say a player and a team, and is it gonna be a fit or is it gonna be a bad fit? Let's go with the first one, MPJ to the Warriors. Fit or no fit?
I'd say no fit. Personally, what about you?
No, fit. I'll say fit because he's a great shooter, of course. And yeah, he'll just be obviously he shoots everything that he catches, to be honest. So a couple of times you just hit him on a dot, he's gonna splash. And they've already got some elite 3-point shooters like Buddy Hield. Yeah, so and Steph Curry, of course. So yeah, it's gonna be a fit, bro. Snipers on the court.
Personally, I think no fit. No fit because in my humble opinion, I think MPJ is a glorified shot chucker. I think he has a legit offensive bag, and he can go one of two ways in my mind. Joining the Warriors, it could legitimately be a KD-esque situation where Steph can create gravity off the ball and MPJ can go to work, and that's the only way I can see it working in my mind. Or it can be like more of a Jordan Poole situation where he tries to drive the boat and inevitably he just can't do it. I think he could really thrive if he takes a back seat and lets Steph take the wheel. But looking back, Nikola Jokic couldn't even tame MPJ. He felt like he wasn't getting enough shots, so I don't think it would be a great fit.
I disagree, only because I think MPJ, now that he's been on Brooklyn, it's kind of taken out that shot chucking. He's still a shot chucker, but it's kind of taken out that little element out of him. It's kind of been worked out of him because he's seen that I'm an NBA champion, low key. Like I won an NBA champion. Like I should not be playing in Brooklyn right now. That's like a disrespect. Like I'm way better than this. So I feel like once he does find a team, he'll be willing to buy into the culture and understand. I guess it's Nikola Jokic, but playing with Steph Curry, that's it's a lot of respect, to understand, this is his team, and I have to fit in and play my role to help Steph Curry get win his championship, or basically set up Steph Curry to be in a better position. I feel like that's what all the Warriors are about. The Warriors are just about let's put Steph in a position to win, because that's the guy that changed our lives, So.
Absolutely.
So he's shown that he can buy into a culture. And the last couple of years, he was dealing with a lot of injuries, like a shoulder injury. And it just kind of affected his rhythm of shooting and consistency, and he couldn't get a consistent jumper down. So yeah, that'll be a fit for him. Yeah. Ja Morant to the Timberwolves.
Personally, I think no fit. Me in my head, Ja Morant and Anthony Edwards, two very conflicting personalities and style of play. I can imagine them either getting on really well, or they're just two dogs. honestly, they both want to win no matter what. They both want, to grab the game by the neck, and I don't think Minnesota is big enough for both of them. I think you can only have one of each. Like you can either have an Anthony Edwards or you can either have a John Moran. I don't think you can have them together. It's just too conflicting for me.
I agree. I agree with you. I can't, yeah, having two star players, especially as a guard, is like you see them with the Cavaliers. It's like, yeah, like two big names, but like John Morant hasn't got consistent 3-point shooting, and then playing with Gobert, Ant likes to get his buckets in the paint, and even he has to adapt to, yo, I have to learn how to do a pull up mid range now. I have to learn how to get the floater because Gobert is just gonna be sitting in the paint. He can't shoot, and he's working
Mm.
his, so you can see a clear evolution to his game and like working off the team. And I feel like Ant right now, the way that he's set up with this team and the chemistry of the team that he's with right now is low key like at its peak right now, and it's gonna start getting even more better the more they play together. Like they understand as soon as I go here, maybe Jaden McDaniels is gonna be in the corner or he's gonna be cutting. Julius Randle, he knows what he needs to do. Dante can come off the bench and just be the energy or gonna start and be the energy guy. Might probably come off the bench. Like even now Rob Dylan and Bones Highland, they're getting more minutes into the culture as well. So for the Timberwolves, no fit at all as well for me. And I feel like they should just stick to what they have and maybe find a couple other pieces that they could get in the coming week. But yeah, that's no fit for me. Yeah, played against the Cleveland Cavaliers for maybe the last time. And if you see, it looks like he's visibly upset, emotional, taken aback about potentially his last time in Cleveland. I think this low key all but confirms that he is going to be retiring at the end of the year. Um, Lakers got blown out yesterday. It was not a pleasant surprise for them. It was not a good return for LeBron James. But Bronny did get a dunk in Cleveland and he got a bunch of cheers. But that wasn't because of a blowout. They were blown out. Luka Doncic early in the game, he had a. Have you seen the way the court is designed? In
Mobley, but you
the court is designed in Cleveland. It's like a higher, like a 3 inch higher,
Mm.
like or something like that. So when Luca went to go take a free, he stepped down and he almost fucked up his leg. I don't know how they haven't fixed that. They even said it on like live TV. Like it's kind of crazy how they haven't managed to sort that out because that's an injury hazard to a lot of players, bro. Imagine that happens in a conference finals, bro, and your player's out for like 2 weeks, bro. You know. But to be honest, the Lakers did have a great start at the beginning of the game. They were just getting a lot of buckets early in transition, but the Cavs just hustled their way through. And I don't know what happened, bro. This was a game that Lakers should have won. The Cavs were kind of not in great form. They've got a better record by so yeah. What do you think, bro?
Yeah, absolutely. Honestly, uh, like I said earlier, the driving force for the Lakers is Luka Doncic. He dropped 29 last night on 12 and 20 and 3 of 8 from 3. And you can see different pieces to supporting cast like LeBron James. He went 3 for 10, 0 for 3 from 3, and only 11 points. And I don't think Austin Reeves even played last night. So yeah, obviously an upsetting blowout for the last time that LeBron may be in Cleveland. But yeah, Luka definitely needs some help offensively because, as we all know, Luka is a defensive liability, and he does carry a lot of the load on offense, and he just needs maybe that one or two player to show up every night to help carry that offensive load and tighten that score.
Well, they're missing a key piece. You already mentioned himself, AR. He's been out for a while now.
Yeah.
And what he brings to the team, you saw at the start of the season, he just brings another element that yo, I don't need to. You don't need to design a play for Austin Reeves. Austin Reeves can create his own shot, and especially that's very important for what the Lakers want because, of course, LeBron he's trying to play a lot more off ball nowadays. He's 41 years old. He's not really trying to. He's trying to lower down his usage, and Luca, he's got a very high usage. Like he's dominant. He's touching the ball every possession. And there's guys like Marcus Smart that maybe can get a little step back three or whatever, and Gabe Vincent they can hit their little 3 point shot. But they're they're not like catch and shoot guys. They're more of a yo. I can create my own step back. Like Gabe Vincent, you saw in Miami Heat, he was just
Mhm.
a shot maker. He's creating his own shots. So I think that's the difference that the Lakers need to have. They need to have players that are set like catch and shoot guys. Yo, like what as soon as Luca comes on the court, I'm gonna go to the corner and get my three. Otherwise,
Absolutely.
otherwise it's not like your offense is gonna be a little bit stagnant because you know Jackson Hayes. The only thing he can do is set a screen and then roll to the rim and get the alley oop. DeAndre Ayton the same. It's like
Absolutely.
it's like
Absolutely.
it's just literally a very predictable offense, you know. Um, so what the Lakers need to do is just have guys that designated Joe. You're gonna come on the court, and once you come on the court, the only thing you need to do is play D and shoot threes, literally.
Absolutely, and I think we need to give the flowers, Cleveland their flowers. Donovan Mitchell had 25 last night. Jalen Tyson 20 points. He's been really balling out for the Cavaliers recently, so give them their flowers. Where the DeAndre Hunter had 19 as well, so the scoring was really spread out. Jared Allen 17 points. So yeah, they had a hell of a game last night, Cavaliers.
Yeah, and early on in the game, Hunter, he was not shooting well. I think he ended up with 3 for 8, but he started the game 0 for 4 maybe. And another player that they've brought on off the bench. His name is Tomlin, and he's been substituted for Mobley minutes. So I think at the start of the season, everyone said, "Yo, Cleveland Cavaliers, it's been a disappointing season, and there's still no Darius Garland." I don't know how. I don't think he played this season.
I don't think so.
I don't think
I
he
don't
has
think
played this season. Evan Mobley, he just recently came out. So yeah, I think for the Cavaliers, I've been a big advocate of this idea, and it's just moving Jarrett Allen and it's moving Darius Garland. I'm not a big fan. This will lead into the emerging dynamics of the league very well.
yeah,
I'm just not a big fan of players that cannot shoot the ball. Especially centers in a different team. But like if it's gotta be a 4 out. It cannot be like you've got to have a. And Evan Mobley, he can't shoot consistently, so you gotta either pick one of the two. You can't have Jaron Allen and Evan Mobley and have two small guards that are Donovan Mitchell and Darius Garland. That don't get me wrong, they're very elite shooters. So, but at the same time, you're just gonna get hounded defensively, and yeah, it's not a fun watch. And someone like Garland and Jarrett Allen, they've got big value in the NBA. I think like they can get a lot of pieces that can help fix their team and maybe make them a championship contender. Like we've seen last year, they're the 1 seed for all year, and then they play against the Pacers, and yeah, there was injuries, but they just get annihilated, you know. And then the year before, the Celtics also just get annihilated as well. Like the Cavs, and this year they've just been underperforming as well. So I feel like they should cash in with the stocks higher. Darius Garland. I don't think he'll be the one to lead them to a championship team. Same with Jarrett Allen. They're both amazing players in their own right, but they're just not the right pieces that the Cavaliers need, especially with the way they're structured. Oh yeah.
absolutely, absolutely.
Um. So that was the Lakers game. Let's go. I talk about the emerging dynamics in the league right now. And we'll close off the show quickly. But so yeah, a lot of people have seen in the league that it's been a maths game. It's a maths game right now, and the league needs 3 point shooters. And if you're not a 3 point shooter on the court, you can't run. You can't run. We've seen a lot of players get moved out of the league because of their lack of shooting. And hypothetically speaking, this is it's completely right to think this way, basketball wise, because twos are more twos are more than no, threes are more than twos. And if you shoot a lot of threes, you shoot way more threes than the other team, you're more likely to win the 3 point game, and then you're more likely to win the game Just like it's just a lot of people say the Warriors have started this, but it was actually the Boston Celtics that started this. Joe Mazzulla, we were like shooting 3 point. We were shooting like we were destroying 3 point records. We had the most threes in the league, and since then a lot of teams have tried to adopt this new method of playing basketball, and now we're just seeing a lot of high scoring games where like even last night the Cavaliers scored 129 points. That was like that was not a foregone conclusion a couple of years ago. I saw like the other day the team scoring 146 points. Like it's crazy. The basketball was gone a lot more faster. The game's got a lot more taller, a lot more lengthier. There's a lot more lengthier players that can lock up and play D. So yeah, what do you think?
Honestly, like you said, like it's a math game. 3 points is way more than two, and if you're shooting the lights out that night, your probability of winning that game is way higher than if you're just getting layups. So, like you said, the Celtics started this, but I think it's Steph Curry changed the game. Launching threes, and I think I was watching the Steve Nash and LeBron James podcast, and people used to empty their bench like halfway through the fourth. Like if the game was too far gone, like they'd empty the bench. But now it's impossible with the 3 point shooting. You don't want to empty the bench too early because no lead is safe, honestly, with 3 point
Yeah,
shooting on the table like this. So that's 3 points has changed the game, honestly, and honestly it's nice to see. I think you said earlier, there's no place in the league for a big who can't shoot anymore, and honestly, Andre Drummond, when I saw him hitting 3 pointers, that's when I knew like the dynamics of the league, like it's just changing right in front of us. Bigs are shooting threes now, stretching the floor, and yeah, I'm just excited to see how it evolves even more.
that's exactly that. Like, bro, you put a nail in your head, bro. DeAndre Drummond shooting threes. Like, even that's a player that's been in the league for a long time. So he knows whenever a turn is coming, a change is coming.
You have to adapt. You have to
You have
adapt.
to, you have to adapt. Otherwise, you're out of it, bro. I mean, yeah, and I feel like a lot as well. The game is a lot more fast paced. But it's a lot more fast paced. But at the same time, there is a lot more stoppages. I feel like the referees are not letting a lot of things go. A lot of text, a lot of like easy foul calls. One thing for sure, there is a lot of ad breaks. There's a lot of timeouts being called, bro. It takes forever for a game to continue. It takes forever for a game to start. It takes forever for a first quarter to finish, and it takes forever for a fourth quarter to finish. Like the last 6 minutes of a fourth quarter, you might see 3 timeouts, and there's like 3 ads. Boom.
Absolutely.
Whole flow of the game is getting a bit like all over the place,
Yeah,
So
honestly, I think introducing challenges, I think introducing timeouts and reviewing plays and all of this has taken power away from the referees. Letting the players just play basketball, and
yeah,
also the players have become a lot more educated in the rules and how to manipulate them. So like no shade, but SGA has become a lot more educated on how to draw his fouls, how to get to the line when he wants, and dictating the flow of the game, dictating the refs' decisions and things like that. So the game is becoming a lot smarter, and I feel like we need to award referees the power to make their own decisions, like what they see right in front of them, rather than having to go review, giving teams challenges and timeouts. And like you said, fourth quarters are averaging 20 minutes now. I watch on YouTube the last 4 minutes of a game, and it's 15 minutes long. So honestly, it's crazy.
yeah. And do you think in the future, what do you think is the next change that can happen in the NBA where a lot of teams are going to be running this a bit more frequently? Because I think what we've seen now, the NBA is everyone copies the best teams. Like is if the Brooklyn Nets trade for KD and Kyrie, then the Lakers going to trade for Anthony Davis. Like it's like
Yeah,
like if your team's going to be star studded, we're going to also have three big stars. And I feel like that another emerging thing, the the 3 stars are no longer a thing no more. I don't think that's gonna happen for a very long time. Especially how KD's my guy, but especially how he's not being able to achieve, and I feel like gutting your whole team for three players and having a lot of two minimum player contracts and whatever. It's just not worth it. I'd rather have a team full of players that are specialized in their own role, like the OKC Thunder, who are just gonna get the homegrown players and draft them and make some acquisitions from free agents or trading.
Mm.
But I don't think we should see a league where there's going to be three big all stars playing together, and then you got Yusuf Nurkic at center or something. That's not going to run no more.
Yeah, honestly, like in the 2010s, the big three was a big thing. You know, like if you didn't have a big three, you couldn't compete. And now that obviously that dynamic has changed, now it's like one superstar and an elite
Yeah,
supporting cast.
yeah,
So you know, like a team like the Pacers, they had a Tyrese Halliburton and an elite supporting cast in Andrew Nimhard, you know, Pascal Siakam. They had some really good players. And discussing the dynamics of the league changing, I feel like OKC and the Pacers really introduced that scramble defense, being able to switch everything, being able to, you know, run the fast break and overwhelm the offense because of the sheer amount of rotations, sheer amount of, you know, everybody's kind of on their toes and like erratic on defense. And that scramble defense really throws the offense off. And that's become a trend. It worked for the Pacers. OKC started implementing it in their game, and I'm sure other teams are going to start implementing scramble defense into their bag.
yeah. And I feel like what the Pacers introduced last and over the last couple of years was the pace. It's in the name. I was watching the minor game, and then I'm watching minor game podcast with LeBron and Halliburton, and he was just talking about when they came into the Pacers, they were just, you know, they didn't have a specific play run, so they were just playing fast basketball. Buddy in the corner. If you're not in the corner, just give it back to me. I'll find you again. Like that's how they were running it, and then they kind of just adopted that style, and it makes a lot of sense. You play a lot of hard switching defense, and you get the ball and go as fast as you can. The other team can't get back, and you're 9 times out of 10 you're gonna get an easy score. But and also another development that I'm a huge fan of is the dunker spot. The dunker spot is a nice little introduction to the NBA of the last couple of years. I feel like maybe it's been in the NBA for years, but I feel like now a lot of people are picking up onto it. Um, if you don't know what the dunker spot is, it's just go watch Aaron Gordon. Like it's just
Derek
literally
Lively.
very lively. Like literally, you go in, go fake for the floater instead of floating, and you go for an alley oop, or they're gonna just be standing
Yeah.
right next to the rim and just dunk it in every single time. It's just a guaranteed easy 2 points that can that just help a team a lot more. And it's just instead of a predictable stagnant offense, the offense is always moving and go from the corner, like cut from the corner and get straight to the dunker spot, and it's an easy
Yeah.
floater every single time, or even dunk every single time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I love the dunker spot. I love the dunker spot. Honestly, like you get a superstar coming into the paint, and the defender has to make a decision. Do you step up on this superstar who's going to make this floater 9 times out of 10, or do you, you know, try deflect the lob and try read his mind and see what's going on? But like you said, Aaron Gordon, Derek Lively, even a Jackson Hayes now. You know, the European players love a little floater. Nikola
yeah,
Jokic, you know,
yeah,
Luka Doncic, they love a float to the short post, to short corner. So Dunker Spot has been revolutionary for the game.
yeah. Well, I think that's about all the time we have, bro. But of course, shout out man saying, do you want to tag your Instagram? Let people know how
Yes,
to
sir.
find you.
Yes, sir. I'm on Kodak. I'm on Kodak Kite on Instagram. I'm sure it'll be linked down below. And I appreciate you having me on, man. It's
Yeah,
been
of
a great
course, bro.
experience.
Of course, bro. And hopefully definitely more shows on the way, bro. Definitely more
Yes,
shows on the
sir.
way. Bro, if you've been watching this, if you've been enjoying what we'll be talking about, please make sure just to like and subscribe. Follow all the socials. This is a whole network. It's been a week breakdown, and we'll see you soon. All
Take
right.
care, guys. Yes, sir.